Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to episode 68 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. The podcast where we sometimes cry, we always laugh, we might get a bit ratchet, but we're forever gonna break it down. All right, guys, I kind of prolonged this, but this week, my guest is my partner in Ratchet, Brian. I know. He's finally making an appearance in season 4. A few of you asked where he was. He's around, he's here, but after the live show, I feel like some people might need a break from his fucking ridiculousness. But he's here. Stick around for the conversation. It is hilarious. That's all I can say. It's ratchet and hilarious. So keep listening. All right, guys. So let's get into Boonie's pick of the week. And you guys know I'm an Applehead. I fuck with all the Droid listeners. But this week's pick of the week is fucking AppleCare Plus. Rushing out the house. I had a little slip up, dropped my phone. Y'all know I like raw iPhones, right? I like a no case, no screen protector. But with this iPhone X, if it's all glass, I went back to a case and a screen protector. And thank God the screen protector broke, but the screen's not broke, but it fucked up my phone. And so I had to go to the Apple store, but the earliest appointment was 3 days away. So that is why I was not on any social media. And I thought kind of after the conversation that Kenny and I had in last week's episode about taking like how much we are addicted to our phones and how we would pay for certain social media, etc., that here comes the universe giving me a self-imposed social media break. And it was so weird because I could still do some apps, but every time I opened Instagram and every time I opened the Facebook app, my phone just crashed, shut down, and restart, right? So I just could not use them. And I could not make phone calls. So it was a fun 72 hours. But I figured since I went this long without social that I should just keep on. And so I won't hop back on until this episode airs. So yeah, but shout out to AppleCare Plus because it's just so awesome to walk into the Apple store, give them that busted ass shit, and just get a new one and walk the fuck out. And then come home, restore from the iCloud, and all your shit is there. So I don't know how. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know what I would do without AppleCare Plus and or the the cloud, honestly. But that is my pick of the week because that shit is real. And I felt like so ashamed of myself because I was like going through it. Like this $1,000 phone was not, it was worthless to me because I could barely use it without the shit like shutting down or whatever. I couldn't take phone calls. So from this experience, I have gone through now that I restored my phone and I have turned off all notifications to all apps, especially the social media apps. And I am going to put alarms in my phone. This is so bad. But I'm going to put alarms in my phone to give me like social media breaks, like they're planned. That way I'm not spending 3 and 4 hours a day on social media, which is insane. And Kenny, after our episode, did the math and was like, if you spend 2 hours a day on your social media, that equates to 1 month a year. 1 fucking month a year you spend on social media. It's disgusting. So these are the parameters all coming from this experience that I'm going to starting Monday. All right. So since I'm already talking about episode 67, you guys said it was really funny. And I have to say, I am really shocked that so many of you were kind of Team Kenny on this and said that you would watch a reboot of Alf. What? Fucking losers. Like, I guess I was out here by myself because most of you said you would. I just don't remember Alf being that amazing that it's worth my time in 2018. I don't know. But now since so many of you did, tweet me when it comes on and let me know how it is. And as we're doing more housekeeping, after listening to today's episode with Brian, you're going to want a responsible and ratchet shirt. You're going to get with the team and grab your merch. So again, you can do that at theboonieBreakdown.com/shop. You can save 10% on your orders of $20 or more if you use the code Boonie10. The code expires Saturday, August 8th. 15th. All right. I love you guys for the support. Again, it's the booniebreakdown.com/shop. And I know some of you placed some orders last week, and due to some of the sales, we're re-upping some of the sizes. So orders should ship this week if you purchased last week. Okay. As always, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, The Boonie Breakdown. You can follow us on Twitter, Boonie Breakdown. And I love it when you share the episodes, when you put us in your Insta stories, when you tweet us. Just make sure you use the hashtag The Boonie Breakdown or hashtag PODIN, PODIN, because whenever I see those, I try to retweet them. I will share them in my Insta story. And if you say something really funny, I will always respond back to you. So I love the engagement. I love the interaction. I love hearing what you guys have to say about the episodes. All right, so that's it for me, guys. So let's get ready to break it down. All right, guys, it's your girl Boonie, and I'm going to apologize in advance if this episode seems really quick because my dumbass left my MacBook charger at a dick appointment last night. And so we only got 90% MacBook time. But my guest with me, he'd appreciate that story. Hey, Brian.
What's up? It's
How
your
you
boy,
been?
favorite co-host for Boonie.
You know, I actually got two people who were like, you deep into season 4 and Brian hasn't been on here yet.
Yes, exactly. And I was I was trying not to say anything because I don't.
I'm shocked you didn't.
No, I just try to stay in my lane, play my position. But after the live episode, I felt like people wanted more of me.
Is that right?
That's right. And why are you taking your MacBook to a dick appointment? This is where you're contradicting yourself. If it was just a dick appointment, you wouldn't have your computer with you. So you
Can
caught
I?
up in the lie. You're caught up in the lie already.
I am not caught in a lie. What it was a overnight dick appointment that turned into both of us teleworking. So I needed to have my computer there, and yeah.
An overnight dick appointment. Sounds like there's more there. Because a dick appointment, I need you in and out. Appointment comes with an ending time and a starting time.
Yeah, the ending time was 4 p.m. I
Dang.
got there at 9 p.m.
Are your jaws tired? You good?
I'm tired. My throat hurts a little bit.
Damn. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, it was like a very long dick appointment.
Uh,
But now it looks like I have an excuse to go back, right? Because I just had to text like, "Hey, is it there?" Yeah, well now I got to come back, right? So it feels like I played this silly ass game and left it there, right? But that was not the case at all.
this feel like an episode of Insecure.
No, but I swore I unplugged it, but I guess that was my phone charger.
I hate when y'all do shit like
I don't know, maybe I just lost too many fluids or something. I just wasn't thinking
that.
straight.
Like, you really left something here? This girl left some shit at my house one time and got mad at me because I wasn't conveniently available to give her shit. Like, you gotta come. I'm not bringing that shit to you. You gotta come get it. And furthermore, like, I'm busy. And then she told this dude, like, I tried to keep her shit. Like,
Oh no. But see, it wasn't even anything cute. Like I ain't leave no earrings or underwear or bra. Like I left a MacBook charger. So it's not even like anything that can really mark any space either.
yeah, that stuff is earrings, panties, like, all that stuff is just, like, so unnecessary. Like, make sure you got everything with you. Make sure you got everything with you.
And that's where I fucked up because normally I just like, well, a regular dick appointment, like you're saying, like you just show up. When I'm going to a dick appointment, I normally have on, depending on the season, but since it is still summer, I'll just show up, panties, a dress, some flip flops.
Why you got on panties with a dress?
Because I like to wear panties. I might not have no bra on, but I'll have panties on.
Yeah, but I mean, all right, whatever.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I like to
It's
wear
a
panties.
disappointment. You should already be ready.
Like my ass is so big. I just like to have something to confine it a little bit.
Like,
That's just a personal thing.
okay, okay, I like that. Um,
But yeah, literally. But I understand. Normally, a dick appointment is you in. Okay, we nutted. I'll lay here for like 10 minutes. All right, I gotta go.
right.
But yeah,
A 10 minute is definitely a 10-minute limit to how long you can lay there. Like I
because
don't
some
really want you lay there that long. I feel like at 10 minutes is good enough for me to fall into like a little snooze, and then I feel a warm rag, and then you out of there.
10 minutes for me sometimes is like, are you rejuvenated enough so we can go again?
No, no, fuck that.
What you mean? Fuck that. Sometimes I want to go again.
10 minutes?
That should be enough.
Look at this motherfucker 20.
Get your shit up. Let's go.
Damn.
Have you ever? Okay, so I was just talking to somebody about this, and they were saying how the guy talked. I think we might have talked about this before, but the guy talked so much shit, and then just could not get it up. So they left. Like the dick appointment was canceled because his dick couldn't get hard.
Shit's happened before. I can probably count on three fingers the times it happened. I can picture it, and that shit is bad. But the good thing is, when you get a chance to redeem yourself, you got that kind of like LeBron James pressure on you. Like you gotta win another chip. Like it's no way that you can be the GOAT without like winning at all. You can't even just do a good job. You gotta be like the best. You gotta bring your best shit ever, because for whatever reason that mental block is so fucking serious. And
I
especially
bet.
if you're talking shit. Like I realized like don't talk shit. Just show up and do what you gotta do.
I think that's the way a lot of guys mess up. They talk so much shit. Like I think you can do a
But I
little bit
really
enough to hook a girl, but sometimes they talk so much shit and then they can't back it up, and it's just like, okay,
but
womp womp.
sometimes it's just simply that the chemistry is off. And I know in like one of the situations, it just was no chemistry there. It was like real awkward. Um,
So when it's real awkward like that, like how many times do you give it another shot? Is it just one and done for you, or do you not count the first time and maybe the second time, and still by then, if it's still nothing, then you let it go?
I mean, me, I'm just more like I'm so ego driven. I gotta come back, knock it out
That
the park, and then never really do it again. Like that's the whole thing with me. Like the one time the chick was like, I was over your house like 3 days in a row, and it was just like coming straight through your sweatpants, your clothes, whatever. Like, I mean, for me, that one situation, like we was like vibing, chemistry was cool. She kept coming over and she kept saying no, no, no. We was right there, and then right at the moment when I least expected it, she just came in and was like, "Fuck it, today's the day," and got naked, and I wasn't naked yet. So I hadn't even got warmed up. Like we hadn't done anything. She just came right in and got naked, like jumped in the bed, like, come on. So I'm like, all right, bet. And I'm like getting myself ready, but I wasn't never ready. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck? So it's like my mind started like going crazy to the point where like I'm thinking so much about this. And she like, oh, it's okay, it's just not the right time. And I'm like, no, fuck that. And the next day, oh man, I tried to put my dick in her chest. I felt like
Oh my god! So like, you didn't even try to eat it the first night. You just let the moment go.
I don't know what I did. Honestly, this was so long ago, but I just remember like being so depressed the whole night. I think I went and did like 100 push-ups. It was like I was doing all types of shit. Like I had went downstairs, like, oh, I'll be right back. Let me go get something to drink. And I was like doing push-ups, like jumping jacks and shit. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like I'm too young for this shit. I was in my 20s. And then like, when
Yeah.
it just happened. And it just like after that, it never happened again. But it just was that moment. And it just was like, fuck it. I mean,
I've only had that encounter with two guys. Why'd you laugh like that? People gonna think it's you.
No, no, it's not me. I know what you're talking about, but did I get any mail?
Shut up. Wait, let me finish the story.
No,
But the one guy,
no.
I'm not even talking about who you think. The one guy, you don't know this person. He also had a size deficit
Oh,
and he just could not get it up. And so, guys always try to fake out like turn over, let me go from behind because I guess they playing with themselves or whatever, like you can't see. And I legit like he was taking so long and it was so late and it was so dark. Like I fell asleep.
oh my
Look,
god.
yeah, it was really bad. I never had sex with him again. And it was so bad, awkward because I would see him sometimes and he would just look so embarrassed and I didn't even speak to him. Like he didn't even deserve a hello.
Mm,
But
damn.
mail. So from your last time on here, we have a follow-up. So you remember the girl wrote
No,
in,
no,
she did
no.
not share her name. This is actually the perfect segue. She was the girl who was in the relationship with the guy who had a small penis and she wasn't enjoying sex with him and they could only have sex in one position that worked with his penis size and she wanted variety, right? And I believe we told her, like, he already knows he has a small dick. And if you aren't going to be happy, then you should just go.
Yeah.
So she wrote in,
Come on, come on, come on. Too much suspense.
isn't it? I got to build it up. So she said they continued to have sex for like a month and it was not good. His mouth game is A plus, but I just need a big ass penis. I'm sorry. So she broke up with him.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh,
I felt the
you're
coming.
gonna get mad at
Pause.
me.
I felt the coming. Pause.
You felt it coming, of course. I mean, you're gonna get mad at me too because I, on a whim, just did a ratchet hour this week on Twitter.
I seen it. I seen it. I seen it come across your story, and I was just like, damn, this is where we at. I'm not in season 4. I'm like, what did I say on the stage that day that would cause Boonie to stop fucking with me? But then you came to my event last week, so I was like, it can't be that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you. It really was just on a whim. And so, of course, people say bring it back. So the next time I'll make sure you're there. But I did a poll because I was asking, like, what exact, like, I want to know, like, is there really just a standard your dick is too small size or is it relative? But it seems to be there is a standard your dick is just too small size. And most people said 5 inches and below. I did an official poll and they said I was like a 5 inch penis, and everybody just said too damn small. 33% of people said it was average though. So there you go. I yeah,
Well,
it's too damn small. What's your penis like? 6 inches?
nope.
You should give us
You know, one time, funny thing is, I did measure my dick and sent a picture of it with it next to a ruler to this girl. I was so fucking immature. And then one
you
time,
were.
yeah, I'm not immature anymore.
Oh, okay.
One time, I had this girl get a tape measure and measure the circumference of my dick because she felt like it was wide. And she like called her girlfriend and was like, I swear it's gotta be the size of like, I don't know, she compared it to like something they use. I don't know, like some type of like shampoo bottle or some shit she was saying. It wasn't that. It was just like she was over exaggerating. But she went and got a tape measure and measured the like circumference around it. I was shocked. But I thought that
That's interesting.
yeah,
I will say this. I've always said, and let me tell you, bitches out here, if you live in an area where Comcast is your cable provider, I always feel like the Comcast remote is a pretty decent depth perception if you're getting a dick pic. So when you tell that nigga, put his dick next to the remote, right? And you can, that's like a pretty good standard for me.
I got
But
the right
guess what?
I got
I
the
got the no, I got the shock of my life because I didn't know Xfinity and Comcast had new fucking remotes out here, right? And that motherfucker is smaller. So you got You
Oh,
gotta make sure it's the right one. Apparently,
not the gray one.
Xfinity,
It's not the gray one anymore.
it's not. It's like some black, sleek looking motherfucker, and the shit is smaller. It's thinner. I was like, what kind of remote is this? I was highly upset
Oh my.
because compared to that small ass one, his dick looked bigger. But if he had put it next to the official standard one, it wouldn't have made the cut.
Oh my God.
Like your head has to be, the head of your penis has to like be past the remote. I was so upset with that little ass remote. Like, get this shit out of here. Ugh. But yeah, so she left him. I guess you and I aren't surprised by that.
No, I'm not. I really felt like it's for the best. Um, he'll find somebody who has like a, like a shallow vagina, and she'll be just as happy. And everything will work out. At the end of the day, there's no need. Life is too short to be having sex with somebody, and it's not good. And
I agree.
making it and going along with it. There's somebody for everybody, and somebody's gonna love what he's gonna give her, and she'll see. The hardest thing for her is I don't know like how easily she's gonna be able to find out who has a big enough dick for her, unless she's out here doing what you said with the remote test, and niggas still be fucking around and get you. I don't know, but she fuck around and be like going through like 5 dicks before she meet the right one, and then he might not like her pussy. So it's like,
Oh, that's a shame. Cause okay, so I thought I had deleted the email by accident, but I found it. I had responded back to her because I wanted to know like what did they try before she cut like before she just deaded it, and she said that she actually had ordered a dick extender. You've seen one of those, right? I mean, I know you
no,
don't need one,
no,
but have you seen one?
no,
I mean, it's pretty much like a silicone like dildo that like a guy can like get hard and like put his dick in to give him a few more inches and or girth, right? They sell them in multiple colors, multiple lengths, multiple girths.
no,
So they tried one of that. She
no,
enjoyed it, but obviously it hurt his ego. And so then I had asked her as well, like, did they try
no,
anal?
no,
Anal sex because a small penis,
no.
anal sex should be okay. Like,
Stop. Stop.
I'm telling these. I had to follow up with the
I mean,
questions.
where the fuck are we at when you sit me down and tell me you want me to put this dick extender on? Are we watching Power? I'm so pissed off with the damn writers that I'm okay with it. Am I drunk? Am I high? It's no point in the life when you're gonna be able to sit me down and be like, babe, I need you to put this dick extender on. That is so demoralizing. I mean,
I'm sitting here trying to think as a woman, how would I even get the like I don't even know how I would say that, how I would
he had.
broach that
I want to
subject.
know what he's told his friends because, like, but no, it's like, what do you tell your friends? Like, yo, why y'all break up? You know, Shorty seem cool. Like, man, she a fucking whore. I caught that. You gotta say something bad about her. You can't be like, no, we just decided to go our separate ways, and because one day it's gonna come back out that you niggas might see that find a dick extender like in your shoebox, your Nike shoebox, helping you move, and like, oh, you got the MX 270s in here. Oh, yo,
Like I feel like that's such a good thing in theory. Like you should be comfortable enough with the person that you're fucking that you should be wanting to try new things to please. But really, I mean, that to tell a man like the dick that God gave you does not cut it enough. So put this plastic penis that I got from Amazon for $7.99 on your dick. So fuck me right. That has to, I mean that got a sting.
so go. All right, moving on. You asked about anal. Did they try anal?
So she said she did not try anal because she is saving anal for marriage. I don't know what that trend is. Apparently, a lot of people are saving their asshole for rings.
That is so stupid. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, listen, you don't even know if you like it. Like, you need to try it now. Don't promise me something like that. Or on my honeymoon, like, I'll go in your ass and you don't even like it, or you crying and all that. Like, Live your life.
Yeah, I am shocked by this trend of women who are saving the butthole for Tiffany. And
Listen, I'm not going down no aisle until I test drive that car on 695, I-95, side street, cobblestone, back roads, dirt roads. I need to test drive that car every which way.
I mean, that's fair enough. It's just something that it's a very enjoyable experience with the right penis and the right person. So I do wish more women would give it a try because it really is enjoyable. I had another question. It was also a follow up to that episode. I had 2 or 3 questions of people asking, did you actually try to become a sugar baby?
Yes, I did, and I failed.
Did you do the website that I sent you?
Yes, I did the website. I got 2 hits. Both times when I got hits, the people didn't have any pictures on that page. And the first one was from Atlanta, and I was like, "There's no way I'm responding to this when this could be some gay ass dude."
Oh God, I knew you were gonna say that.
Cause I mean, it's Atlanta. Like, come on, it could be like you get down there and like you waiting for Susan to come pick you up or send you a car, and then you get there and it's like Susan is like Sean. Like you like whoa, you like whoa, yo, now all of a sudden you out of town. Next thing you know, Sean got a gun on him. He like take your clothes off. You like nah.
Oh my God, what?
You can't tell your homeboy. You can't tell nobody like yo, I went to Atlanta to meet up with this chick. Like you gotta be like shit was crazy, yo. You can't be like I got down to Atlanta and this faggy raped me.
Okay, so they didn't have pictures.
They didn't have pictures, and I just wasn't taking no chances, so I just deleted my page. But I was on there for like 3, 4 weeks.
3 or 4 weeks. So you tried to be a sugar baby and it did not work.
Failed.
Have you? Well, never mind. Never mind.
Right.
I don't even know what you would say to that. So the next thing was someone needed your help, Brian.
That's what
This
I'm
was
here
came in the DM. First of all, before I say that, I'm just fucking up all the way around. My phone is fucking up, so I can't get into Instagram. So I apologize right now. I know a few of you sent DMs,
for.
but I can't read them. Like I don't know how else to get to Instagram's message box. Like
What's going
I don't know what to do.
on?
You said what?
What's going on?
I yeah, my phone, I updated it and like I opened certain apps, it's crashing. Like I don't know what's happening. So I have a Genius Bar appointment for Saturday. So I can't get it's like 2 DMs there that I know people sent in for this episode and I can't get to them. So sorry. But this email that I got, the person wanted to know how could they transition and they wanted your help with this, Brian. So give them good advice. How can they transition from their summer hoe season? Because now we're at the start of drafting season for cuffin season. And so, how should they go about in choosing the person from their bench that they can cuff this winter?
Now this is from a woman.
This is from a woman, yes.
First of all, let me start by saying women don't cuff. Okay, you get
I,
you get cuffed. You have no say so in the matter. You can decide whether or not you want to be cuffed, but you don't cuff. So you can easily think that, oh, I'm gonna pick him, but he got to pick you. So you don't draft anybody. You wait to be drafted. You do what you have to do to be put on that team. And if you want to be a starter and you want to come off the bench, then you got to step your game up. But if you're already a hoe and he see you as a hoe, you're not getting picked up unless he's like, okay, she's a hoe with a lot of good tendencies,
like what? What's a hoe with good tendencies? What does that mean?
like the stuff I've talked about before. You fold clothes.
Oh, this kind of shit.
Yes, like at the end of the day, like that's what we looking for. We don't need. Listen, if you out here like, okay, it's a checklist. Like, oh, is the pussy good? Yeah. She give good head. Yeah. Um, all of that's cool. But then it starts to come back to what does a job look like? You know, how does she represent herself in public? Does other people know she's a hoe? Like, you can be a hoe, but it's like you could be an undercover hoe, and we cool with that. But when we start to cuff, these are the questions that's going through our mind. What else does she bring to the table? And if all you bringing is pussy,
But
you're gonna stay on that bench.
so what it let's assume that she has these qualities. She can cook. She might fold your clothes or some shit.
She gonna have to step up. She gonna have to make those qualities recognizable to him and find out what buttons make him like want to see her more and spend more time. So she can have this guy who she likes, but ultimately it's him. I mean, it's pimp or die at any moment. Like at any moment, it's pimp or die. You can just be like, "Yo, I like this chick," or tomorrow you could be like, "Oh, she's gone." I mean, it's just what it is. Like nobody's safe. So when you're a woman, I feel sorry for y'all because y'all be in a position where sometimes y'all really don't, you know, y'all really don't have a say so.
Huh. I
And I
actually did not.
and this is the thing. Hold on, this is the thing.
I'll let you go.
I hear women say stupid shit like, you know how many men want me? They want to fuck you. They want to fuck you. It's okay to admit that a lot of men want to fuck you. They're in your DMs. They want to talk to you. They want to see you. But when men are trying to wife you and be in relationships with you, not those men who do that bullshit in the beginning, men who have had sex with you and then choose to try and be with you. Not the dude who's like, I want you to be my wife and he's never had sex with you. Not that clown. I'm talking about somebody who's been with you for 2 months, fucking you on a regular basis, and now he's like, you're the one. I want to make this official.
I, I, I yeah, I agree with you somewhat. I don't say that often either.
I know,
But
but I'm speaking from a position of experience here. You know, women don't get to decide. Like I mean, I nothing. We just keep it.
no, go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, I see it all the time. And women are like, I'm a good woman. I do this, I do that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Mm.
matter. Like, when it's time for you to get chose, you'll get chose.
Yeah, but I think, like, let's say that she feels that she has some type of control, and like she obviously feels like she maybe is one person in particular she would want to cuff her. So you're saying to this girl that
It
she
sounds
needs
like she's
to.
fucking multiple people.
Well, I mean, she might be. So kudos to her.
One dick at a time, please.
You do one pussy at a time.
Yes, I'm in a relationship now.
I forgot.
In my whole
Sorry.
season, in my whole season, when I'm single, the rule is there's never one pussy at a time because I'm single.
So why should she only do one dick at a time?
Because she's a woman.
But if she's being safe,
There's
what
no
does it
such,
matter?
there's no such thing.
What do you mean it's no such thing?
I mean, look, you out here, you getting one dick at a time. I mean, you do one dick at a time, like from I don't know. I just thought women were different. I just thought y'all were different. I just felt like to probably maximize your orgasms and stuff like that is better if you're getting like one and you're building that chemistry with one and he figures out how you like it. But then you got Jack the Rabbit to come over and then you got this dude. Like it just be seemed like it'd just be too much. And then next thing you know, you got some type of fucking yeast infection or some shit. Like
That sounds dumb.
I'm just saying,
What?
like, I don't listen. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I listen. This has always been my rule.
Because you could have multiple people, like you could be like, this guy, like he only eats my pussy because he's A plus at it. Like I don't do
No,
shit to
that's
him, but he
cool.
just
But
comes over and eat my pussy.
if I'm single, I don't allow women that I date to deal with other people.
Eh, 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 eh. Excuse me? So you're saying when you're single, you can have three women, but each of those three women can only be dealing with you.
Exactly.
You're foolish.
No, but that's how. Like,
Or they're foolish.
I don't like women who move like that. Like, you moving like a man. Like, you doing too much. Like, baby, you putting all that mileage on your pussy in 1 week. Like, you fucking 3 niggas in 1 week. That's a lot. Like, slow down.
Well, I think that's just an assumption. It really could not be three niggas.
Okay, but I'm saying even if it's two, like, how are you spacing that out? Like, if I'm fucking you once a week, you're not coming off my bench. You staying the one a week, once a week, fuck. There's
Mm,
somebody who I'm
mm,
fucking
mm.
3 days out the week.
I think I'm not saying all women can do that, but I do think some women are able to do that.
And it's like, you know, I'm coming in and it feel like somebody like sat in my favorite chair. Like, what happened to my chair? Like, why it don't feel the same?
I, I don't feel like most men couldn't tell.
No, we can't. We can't. We don't know. We don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
you don't.
We don't know,
You
but
make an assumption.
we might know if like all of a sudden like you're doing some stupid shit you ain't did before. Like, why are you licking up the side of like why are you licking up and down the side of it? Just do what I like. Don't get me confused with your Wednesday.
Maybe she just saw it in a porn and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try that on Boo tonight."
Yeah.
It might not even been like another nigga. It could just be like, "Oh, I seen," because you know that what's that bitch? Fuck, I can't think of her name. Who was hot for a second and was doing those videos on how to give head.
Superhead or the lady with the watermelon?
The lady with the fruit, her Auntie Angel.
Yeah.
That bitch, goddamn. I personally just was really inspired by her soundtrack, like the noises that she was making.
So
Go ahead and ask it.
why don't you steal her thunder and make and become Auntie Boonie or something like that, or Big Sister Boonie, and teach people like you can make money off of that. It's classes like you can go to. I know it was a class in Hamden one time.
I went to one of the classes. And it was also going to the class, it was like how to give hit something amazing, phenomenal blowjobs or something like that. I was the only black woman there, and this was a while ago. Um, but I was the only black woman there, and I will say I thought the class was gonna be dumb. And I was like, why I paid $25 for this bullshit? But I really did learn some quality tricks. And the person who I was fucking at the time really benefited from that. Because she gave you like it was like a homework assignment. And that shit worked.
Okay.
But I don't know if that is my ministry to teach other women how to suck a dick.
It's your ministry. When I say stuff like that, people probably think like, "Oh, they didn't did something. They didn't did something."
I know. Okay, so after the live show, so at the live show, I had someone in the audience that I had been dating, right? And so I had to give that person a disclaimer like, look, I know you've listened to a few episodes. I don't know if you've listened to any with Brian, but he's going to be a guest and he's going to say some shit. And I'm going to say some shit back. And it's on the surface, it probably will look to you like we have fucked, but we have not, right? So afterwards, we didn't get the chance to talk, but like the next day we were talking, and he was just like, "Thank you so much." And I was like, "For what?" And he's like, "For giving me that disclaimer." Because he was like, if he had come in there without any type of warning, he would have totally thought we had been fucking.
But why?
I have no idea.
What is it that we're giving the people that makes them feel this way?
I have no idea. And I told him as well, like, because I said, I was like, I don't want to look back there while I'm on stage and see your shoulders all swole up and shit because Brian done said some shit and now you mad.
And I think
But
it's
yeah,
funny because when a dude has been with a woman, in his mind, and especially certain things you've done to that man, he's thinking like, oh, everybody didn't try it, or everybody. I mean, it's like when you with a woman, you think every man looking at her when y'all walk in a bar, or she get up and walk past, like you think like everybody looking at her ass because she got fat ass. Dudes don't even be looking; it be all in your mind.
Well, I think a lot of stuff is in our minds or we build up in our heads, but I did give the disclaimer and he was appreciative of it.
It was a good
But I
time.
was
I had a good time. I really did.
I did have a good time with the last show. And the other thing about it though is I don't even really recall what we talked about because I kind of got drunk a little bit.
I don't remember either. I just remember it was good. Um, yeah, it was good, and I could tell the females in the audience will like me though.
Oh God. Look. If I do another one, or I guess when I do another one, y'all gonna have to shoot y'all shots yourselves. Don't be coming up to me afterwards. Can you introduce me? No. Walk your
That's what
ass over there yourself.
they were
Huh?
doing. That's what they were doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly don't even know why y'all like him.
Should have got me
I
while I
really
was single. I was ready that night.
he was ready. I'm not even gonna tell you why and how he was ready, but he was ready. And y'all missed y'all shots. Y'all could be the next Mrs. Henderson.
Damn,
And they missed it.
they missed it.
I would have sang at y'all wedding and shit.
Wait, somebody to tap me on my shoulder and pull me in graffiti alley, and next thing you know, all right, man.
Oh my. I also have this is like a nasty question, right? Like, what is your limit with okay, let me back up. Have you ever had a threesome?
No,
Really?
nope.
Are you lying to me?
No, I'm serious. I haven't.
I'm actually kind of shocked by that.
I'm shocked too because I've had several offers. I've had sex with two women at one time, but they didn't touch each other. And I had sex with a girl, and we kind of like G'd her down. But that
Hmm.
wasn't like that's not like a threesome to me. Like, oh yeah, me and my homeboy fucked this chick. That story was wild, but that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked because
She probably a listener. That's the whole crazy thing. Like, um,
the person who you were in this almost threesome.
it wasn't a threesome because it was two dudes, but
Yeah, I love that rationale to guys. Like we ran a train. Like okay,
yeah, it was just crazy because I was at this bar and the chick just came over and it was like a white bar and it's just like everybody was white and then this black chick just comes over and she got like a little fro, like a little natural fro or something, and she like flirting and shit, and but she was like white black. She wasn't black. She was like a white black girl. She was with all these white dudes, and she had like a Notre Dame hat on. And I'm like, oh, you went to Notre Dame? And she's like, yeah, I went to Notre Dame. And she had like the whole little visor thing on with her little fro puffed out. And she's like rubbing on my thigh. And she was like, you played football for Notre Dame, didn't you? And I'm like, nah. She like, just go with it. So I'm like, yeah, 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 I played linebacker.
you role
Like,
play.
I know, I can tell. Like, you're big. And so she's rubbing up my thigh, rubbing up my thigh. I'm like, look, you keep rubbing up my thigh, you're going to feel something. She was like, really? So she, feels my penis on my thigh, like rubbing it. And so I'm like, let's walk outside. So they come back, dude I
I'm
know,
shaking my head.
and he got like 3 beers and shit. And I'm like, man, fuck out of here with that beer. I need to go to the car real quick. So I'm at the car and I'm getting domed out. Like 5 minutes later, like we walk to the car, I just whip out. She just doming me out right in the car. And so this dude keeps walking past. So I finally like, yo, get in. So he get in the car. She's like, no, 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 no. I'm like, he played football at Notre Dame too. So she's like, oh, okay, okay. And I'm like, look, if it's not good enough for my man, it's not good enough for me. So she's like, okay, like real flighty. So I told him to go grab some condoms. He grabbed some condoms out the store. I'm driving, get back in the car. We walking through this park. and I'm just like, stop in the middle of the part, pull my shit back out. She just get on her knees, start sucking me off. So I'm like signaling him, like, come on, come on. So he, start pulling her pants down. She's standing up. Now she bent over and he's trying to get his shit hard and he can't. So
Oh.
I turn around, like, go ahead, give him some head. And I'm trying to put the condom on and I'm like, nigga, you bought some lifestyles? Like, like who you buy these little ass baby condoms for?
Yo, lifestyles get such a bad rap.
Yeah, they was like phony. They was like Durex or something. They was small. They was like they weren't magnums, and that just was so shocked. And like he's over there like fumbling and like he just like struggling, and I'm just like next thing you know, I'm just like beating her from the back, like I'm killing her, and she just using him to like hold his shirt.
Okay, so just saying this to bring it back to small penises. Like, did you get a glimpse? Like, was his dick small?
No, I never was able to see because like you got like a polo shirt on or something, and you over there fumbling around, and all I could assume was with the size condoms he bought, that was like his norm or something. And so, long story short, police come riding through the park. Um, we just start walking, like pull my shit up. We start walking. She's walking. We're just holding her hand. We look. She don't even have her shorts on.
Oh my god!
Yo, how much did you drink? So at this point in my mind, I'm thinking
You want to go to jail?
like I could go to jail. Like she could be like, I was drunk. I didn't know what was going on. So we walk back. She get her shorts. The police never stop us. We get in the car, pull off, drop her back off at the bar. This fool was like, "Hey, take my number." And
What?
so she like, "You guys are coming back, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just parking." And she's like, "Okay, I'll see you." And he like, "Yeah, we're gonna finish this tonight." And I'm sitting there like, "You ain't even do nothing." So he's giving her his real phone number. So he's like halfway into the phone number, and I'm like, "Yo, you're giving her your real number." And he finally like switched up like the last 2 or 3 digits, and I was just like, "This motherfucker."
I guess he still wanted his turn. Like you had all the fun, he was going to get his turn
I
too.
think he wanted to go by himself so he couldn't like wouldn't be embarrassed. But it was just the whole point that it was just like, yo, like you missed
Oh,
the moment. Like we're not dealing with
you're
it.
not going to get that again.
Going back there, like it's over. It happened. It's one of those experiences you live with. One night stand. Keep it moving. So
Do you know if any of your friends have a small penis?
no, honestly, I don't. Honestly, I don't. I mean, I've heard jokes about different people, but at the end of the day, like I really don't want to know. And then it's like,
Like, would you feel bad or would you feel embarrassed? Like, I can't hang with this nigga. Like, would
I mean, it's one of them things where like, as a guy, I don't really care, long as somebody's happy with you. I mean, I don't know, like,
I was just curious. Like, I don't care about that. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no way to care about that with your friends, but like, I know, like, in my friends circle, I think just because, like, I always say I'm okay and so open to so freely talk about this shit. Like, I don't give a fuck, y'all. All like everybody doing it, so I don't mind talking about it. That it's the assumption that I'm the freakiest, but I feel like I can't be.
yeah, I think friends try to give me that title too, but I think it's like when you like your friends, like sometimes your friends know because like you'll deal with like their girlfriend's friend or you're dealing with like somebody they know and the girl will say something like, "Oh yeah, he gave me that good wood," or "Thanks for the referral." They'd be like excited. I've had stuff like that happen where, you know, you dealing with one of your homeboys go through, hook up with a chick, and now she all excited and happy. So it's like, like, yeah, good job, way to represent. Like, that's all you need to know. Like, you represented, cool. I don't need to know no specifics. Like, yeah, man, did you like, we've had situations like that where like your friend be like, oh yeah, like, see, my best friend's wife, um, they got married young. Like they were married. They've been married for a long time, and all of her friends like will always be like, "Well, do you have any single friends?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, my man," and she'd be like, "No, don't fuck with him, please don't." And afterwards, they'd be like all hooked, and then I would drop him, and she'd be like, "I told you," and then it just would with every friend. But I was always the friend who was like invited to come through, like a new friend's coming over, a coworker, like somebody, and that was just my job, like
Mm.
to tear them down.
Damn. You was what are they called? The cleanup man? That's what you were, legit.
So long ago, like those were the good old days when you were just like young.
And could do anything and not really think about it and not care about it either.
No,
Yeah. I feel like that gene like just kicked in because you're older than me. And so I feel like I'm just starting to get to that point where it's like I really just be thinking about shit like it's not even worth it. Like, and it makes me sad.
right, the gene now that like it's a part of life where I'm just like, that's just not worth my time. Like I
Yeah.
remember like going to get pussy with my gun on me and like some hooping shorts and no drawers and like got on a full coat. Like I got on like a whole coat in the summertime. Like niggas like this nigga got a hoodie on and some and some flip.
That's like the meme. It was like niggas show up to a dick appointment with a grenade, some basketball shorts, and flip flops.
Yeah. For me, I was like, all right, cool. I gotta go to these projects, and it was like, I'm going to the projects. Like, I felt like that door was so unsafe, and she was like, why you wear that coat over here all the time? And I'm like, don't touch that coat. She was like, don't bring no gun in my house. Do you realize where the fuck you live? Oh, like, like I'm not leaving here. I'm when I come here, I'm staying here the whole night. I'm not leaving back out. Like, I'm not leaving back out. I'm not gonna be that guy who like you go to leave out and everybody's sitting on the steps and then you be like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. And they're like, nah, man. Like,
Yo, I had this guy one time. I will share this with y'all because I love you guys. So I was dating this, well, not dating, we were fucking, right? And he lived in the hood and it was just I'm laughing so hard because I used to hate that because he was a very attractive guy and so I'm pretty sure he probably fucked two or three of the girls in the building. And so they would be like sitting there and I would park next to his car and then I had to walk through them and then like knock on his door and they would never move. They'd be sucking their teeth like this bitch, right? So I always would like text him when I was parking to be like, have that door open because I don't even want to stand in the hall. This one time we're like in the bed and I think we had just stopped like having sex. And like we landed like breathing hard and all of a sudden you just hear like glass shattering. And I'm like, what the fuck? And and I was like, oh my God, like you have to move. Like you make enough money to like not live here anymore. Like you can get better conditions. And it's just shattering glass. And you start hearing someone scream. And I'm listening. I'm like, are they saying your name? And he's like, nah, like just go to sleep. And I was like, no, I think the person is like that they're screaming your fucking name. So he looks out the window and it's a bitch out there with like four of her friends. It's like, I know you got a bitch in there. And they're like smashing his windows.
to his car.
Yes.
Damn.
And I was just so happy they didn't smash mine. Yo, I was like, that was the last time I fucked him there. I mean, I fucked him a few more times, but I was like, you have to move. Like, I can't come back there.
I never had a situation where I was somewhere like trapped in there. Like I've had friends tell me stories about like the dude came home or he came knocking on the door. No, I never had nothing like that. But I had a chick come in my house one time. She still had my key. We had broke up, and she still had my key. And she was like, "I want to get my stuff." And I'm like, "All right, well, when you get your stuff, next time you're in town." She lived in like DC, so she like, I'm gonna get my stuff. I'm like, "All right, next time you're in town." She's like, "I want to get my stuff." I'm like, "Next time you're in town." So she hit me like, "I'm in town tonight," and I'm like, "Oh, for real? I'm busy." And she like, "Oh, it's cool. I'll just go through, get my stuff, and leave the key there. Like, no, don't go to my house if I'm not there. So I knew I was going to be home, but I kept saying, like, I'm not home, I'm not home. So I'm home. Like, this was when I really thought I was the shit then. Like, it's like 2005. No, this like 2000 and, yeah, 2005. And I had a bottle on Moet. My buddy had like a hookup on Moet, so it was $20 a bottle for Nectar Imperial. Like the shit was like dope.
Oh shit, that's the fancy shit.
I had like a fucking bottle on Moet. I had the damn I had the bottle on Moet. I had the bad friend. I had the jets in my tub. Like I had just got my house built from the ground up, 4 stories, living down.
Oh, I remember that joint.
And you couldn't tell me shit. Like I was doing it like I was young. Like my shit was fly, like panty dropper. So I got this chick. We got the bubble bath. I got the Moet going. We had the glasses, and it just looked like just like something out of like the wake up of a video or something. A Trey Songs. By the time she got to the house, so it was like food there, like a bottle of Moet, everything. And all of a sudden, I hear this commotion outside, and like I look out, and at the same time I'm looking out the window and see her girlfriend sitting on her car. She's opening my bedroom door, and I just run over and like try to shut it back, and she just punched me in my face. And I had to eat it though. I had to eat it like I ate it, like took it right on the chin, and then I just like shut the door. And she like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." Like I was in the bed. Like I told you not to come to my house. She's like, "You got a bitch in there, don't you?" And the girl was like naked in the bed, and so I'm like, "No, ain't nobody in there." So she wouldn't leave, so I had to like L her out and drag her down like all these steps. I had like 40 some steps because it's like 4 floors, and I know how many steps it was because I got wood floors put in, and I had to count the steps because they need. It was like 49 steps.
That's homeowner shit. Like I know it's
So
49 steps right there.
just imagine like how on that Tyler Perry movie where Charles put the lady out. And she's like, "No, Charles." I like held her out, like dragging her down all these steps. So finally, like I get her to the front door, her friends are there, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck, what the fuck?" And I just was like, picked her up and just set her outside on the door and just shut my door and locked it. And so the girl comes and she like, matter of fact, this the project girl. Damn. So Project Pussy Pat, she comes and she's like, "You want me to put that bitch up?" And I'm like, "No, like I just want you to like get your stuff and hang tight till they pull off, and then you." So then I called her back like an hour later, like, "Do you have yourself together? It's 4 a.m. Do you have yourself together? You can come get your stuff, but I needed to make sure you had yourself together."
Oh my god.
She was like, and I said, "And I want you to know there was nobody here." She was like, "I thought I seen some girl's shoes at the door." And I was like, "Man, them shoes been at that door for like a month."
Mm, mm, mm. You said Project Pat Pussy. What did you say?
Project Pussy Pat. Yo, this chick, like, I hope she's not a listener. This girl, like, I mean, like, her body was so banging. Like, I just don't even know why I even continued to talk to her. I felt so sorry for her. Like, we met, and this was when I was throwing parties, and we met, and she seen me with, like, a suit on. So she assumed, like, he got money, like, he got his shit together, like, which I did. Um, like I had a really good job. Like I'm 22 years old, like making really good money. So it's like by the time she met me, I was like 24, 25. Like I'm established. Like I got my shit together. I live in Philly. Like this when I was living in King of Prussia before I bought my house. So that's how long we have been dealing with each other. So
Mm.
she comes to Philly to hang out with me, but it's like she don't never had to work. I'm like, yo, you keep telling me you work at the bank, but you never at work. So finally she like, I don't have a job. And she's like, my mom died like a year ago. I blew all of the money at like About Faces. I bought a car. I went to the spa like 2, 3 days a week. They know me there. Like now I can't
Oh my god.
go. Like that's how I dealt with like grieving. I just was buying shit, like shopping, everything. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's whatever. And she just was like, like I feel so much better now that I told you that. And her body was so banging. I just was like, fuck it. Like we just gonna get through this shit, so we can get through this together. So we go to hang out And this how shallow I am. She had on a fucking J Lo onesie. Like, yo, are you fucking serious? Like a velour J Lo onesie going to my nephew's, my little cousin. My little cousin had a high school football game, and she got on like a little J Lo onesie. Now the body was tight, but it was just like, yo, you can't wear no shit like that to a high school football game, and all the little kids and everybody was like, yo, who the fuck is that? Oh shit! But it was like corny as fuck. Like you got on a velour
Oh.
J Lo onesie, and it's like October, like still
But
like,
those were in style back then.
yo, J Lo, baby fat. You couldn't roll with me wearing shit like that. I couldn't do it.
Th- that was the style then.
I wasn't never with like I hate to say it, like I wasn't never with any of them like household hip hop brands like Rockaway, Baby Fat, Fat Farm,
You ain't do none of that. You ain't do none of that.
Echo. Nah, shorty, we can't do it. Like we ain't gonna be able to go out. So I just fake sick, so we couldn't go eat. We got some takeout. Like I'm not taking you around Philly dressed like this. Like you represent me. You look bad.
Oh God.
And Shorty just had like so many issues, man. Like one day she just was like, I gotta get to the shelter. The shelter? She was like, if I stay in the shelter for a month, they're gonna give me housing. And the housing was the fucking projects. I said, ain't this
Yo, bro.
so
Don't ever tell nobody this again.
Boonie, look. So they moved into the projects. So after I fucks her in the projects,
Yo.
I'm like,
You was really fucking a girl who lived in a shelter.
she was like, I gotta drop my daughter off because I can't have her staying at the shelter, but it's just for 1 month. And I'm like, yo, are you fucking serious? Like, why don't you just like get back on your feet? And she just was like, I'm gonna get this housing. And that's why when people be talking about like chicks in Baltimore, like she never asked me for nothing. She never asked me for no money, nothing like that. That's one thing I can say.
She lived in a shelter and you didn't offer her nothing.
Fuck no.
You just gave her dick. Okay, go ahead.
I wasn't one of them. I wasn't like nowadays. I feel like it's not even tricking. I feel like as a man who's sleeping with a woman, like you're supposed to be there for her, help her out, and stuff like that. But when I was younger, no, I didn't believe in that. I did not believe in that. Like I was so hurt when I bought this one girl some Citizen jeans and we broke up like a week later. I wanted to. Yo, I was just starting to get to the point where I was comfortable spending money on like real name brand shit, not polo, like, you know,
You
$200.
said
Like I bought my
citizen
first pair of
jeans.
7 jeans and it was like I couldn't take them off. They were like 175. I was like, oh. So the same
I
day,
do remember your first pair of designer jeans. Yes.
yeah. So the same day I bought her some Citizens, and just like I'm like just getting to the point where I'm like, okay, now I'm about to start treating myself a little bit, treating myself good. And this bitch broke up with me, and she was like, "Can I still have my jeans?" And I'm like, "They not in my house." I was like, "Unfortunately, like I bought them for you, and I hung them up in your closet." And the whole time she thinking that I still had them in my bag at home because we had left them all came back to my house.
Damn.
And I was like, man, this bitch got me for a pair of $175 jeans.
Damn.
We was in a relationship though, so it didn't hurt that bad. But
You still remember that shit. It hurt. Yo, I'm done with you now. You're ridiculous.
on that last note, like I do want y'all ladies to know one thing. Like
Oh God.
if you're giving out pussy and like a guy should be there for you. Like the dudes probably don't like this message, but at this
I'm actually shocked to hear you say it.
no, because at this point in life, like if I'm fucking you and you going through some shit, like you should be able to say, like if somebody posted a question on Instagram, like if a chick you fucking asked for $20, what you gonna do? I'm like, give her the $20 or give her 50, depending on who she is. Like if you're not no bum chick and she asks you for anything and you fucking her, like you should just give it to her.
I'm really shocked to hear you say that, and I agree.
No, I just feel like at the end of the day, like that's just where we at. Like that's why people shouldn't be fucking with people like they don't fuck with. Like you fucking with this nigga and he won't even like come change your tire and you on the side of 695.
Now that's the problem that I have when I hear women talking about some of their relationships, situationships, whatever the fuck you are in, and you gone on a trip and you taking a lift home, why that motherfucker can't pick you up from the airport? Like, what the fuck is he doing that's so important? Like, I don't like little stuff like that really bothers
Yeah, it'd be
me.
stuff
So
like that, and then it's like, okay, you got a house and he won't come cut your grass. Like you're cutting grass on a Saturday. Like, where's the nigga who fucking you? Like, somebody gotta be fucking you. Like, why are you cutting grass?
yo, I swear to God,
Because I'm not folding clothes.
the guy who gave me the best dick of my life used to pump my gas all the time. Man, that just made me want to fuck him more. It was just like, thank you for pumping my gas because I don't want to do it. And it's so simple and so basic, but thank you, nigga.
But that's the thing. Like, if you doing like, I don't know, maybe that's why chicks fall in love with me because
Oh God.
I'm serious. Like, this is the one. This is the. I'm gonna give you the reasons why chicks fall in love with me. One, I'm always honest. Two, I have a great personality. Three, like, I'm easy on the eyes. Yeah, I am. Four, you put the whole package together, entrepreneur, hustle, drive, all of that shit like turns women on. And then the last thing, you give them that good Bill Hauser to go with all of that. Oh my, they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave.
You smell good. You can add that to your list.
Oh, I do. I smell good. I always smell good.
Yeah.
That's good
Your
because
beard.
a lot of people who really know me know I don't take a lot of showers. But when I do take a shower and I come out, I smell good.
And on that note, it has been so fun talking to you as always.
I took one shower last weekend. After my
What up?
event, the next time I took a shower was Sunday night at like 11 p.m.
And let me tell you guys, right? If you are in Baltimore,
You should have put it on your page.
I did put it in my story.
Oh, you did. You did.
I said, meet me there.
Did you tell them that it was my event though?
I think I did.
You're supposed to be like Brian from the podcast. They didn't know. They just like, oh, okay.
Well, I posted the picture after, whatever. The point I'm trying to make to the women who listen, who live in Baltimore or DC, Delaware, Philly, you want to make a drive. When Brian has an event, you should show the fuck up because it generally is a sausage fest. And
No,
usually there are very attractive men.
it's not no sausage fest.
It is a sausage fest.
No, I don't do sword fights. It was a lot of women there.
It was, but it was also an even balance, which is not usually what you find.
That's true. I mean, I have a lot of male friends. My business caters to men, and I'm in a fraternity. So
the point I am again saying to the women is just show your ass up to an event that Brian does.
what am I going to do for my birthday? Because my spot not open right now.
Why not? I will always look forward to your party.
It's been it's been on hold. Like they shut it down for like 2 months.
Oh, you better get on it. You got like a month.
I gotta have some type of birthday party.
Yeah, you do. You got like a month.
I know. I've been in the
Get
gym
on it.
like crazy. Like I'm over here losing weight. I put my suit on today for this dinner that I just came from for work. I felt so good. You can only tell like you're losing weight when you put on dress clothes.
That's true.
It felt damn like okay. I had this suit on for my birthday last year because every year around my birthday, like I just go super hard in the gym, and then football season I gain it all back. But
At least you have what's the thing? A rhythm, a schedule.
I mean, I want to stay like in shape though all year. But something about when football season comes, when you drinking and eating wings,
Eating wings and shit. Yeah.
and it get cold out. You don't want to go to the gym. You sweat and you get sick. Like now, you don't want to come back out and sweating and cold. Yeah, it's just crazy. But good episode, Boonie. Always a pleasure.
Well, thank you so much. And yeah, let us know what our birthday party is. And again, ladies, come to the Sausage Fest.
You doing a fourth quarter live event?
I am working on a date and a venue, so stay tuned. All right. Bye, Brian.
Bye.
All right. Thanks again for Brian for coming on the podcast. I still cannot believe he was doing all this shit with a girl in the projects. Like, he's so fucking absurd. But you should show support for Team Ratchet and go and grab your Responsible and Ratchet t-shirts. Again, you can use code Boonie for 10% off this week. Orders over $20. Go to theboonieBreakdown.com/shop. The link is also in the show notes. And if you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Google Podcasts, or any app that you listen to your favorites on. Don't forget to leave a review too. You might just hear it on the next episode. Follow us on social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. I don't make those pretty images for nothing. Have a dope ass week. Thank you for listening. And remember, the Ratchet in me always honors the Ratchet in you. Until next time.